So here's the problem. A few weeks ago, I was actually in a board meeting where I was sitting there and I was encouraged to participate in all those wonderful things, which is great. And as we started down this path, we were about 30 minutes into the meeting. It was an hour-long meeting. 30 minutes in, I raised my hand and I asked the question that many of us have probably had in meetings before. Why are we here? What is the purpose of this meeting? And what we realized, and I even said this to the group, I said, it appears as though we didn't have a well-defined purpose coming into this meeting, because it took us to 30 minutes in for someone, me in this case, to say, what are we trying to do here, right? And the problem is, a lot of us have this experience. We have this experience quite often in our meetings where we think we know what we're there to talk about, or maybe we don't know what we're there to talk about, and it takes longer than it should to find out what we're there for. And sometimes we never find out what we're there for. And so the second rule is define your meetings. Make sure you have a purpose. And so thinking about that from a science perspective, there's actually been quite a bit of research on the importance of defining the purpose of your meeting, to making sure that your group or team, when it comes together to do something, in this case a meeting, that you've defined what you're trying to accomplish. What is your goal? And then make sure you have some ground rules that will allow you to work together to accomplish that goal. The neat thing about it is, of all the things that we've looked at in meeting science to connect it to this idea of employee engagement, which everyone seems to be very excited about, this is one of the most important. And part of the reason that is because if a meeting is purposeful, it often accomplishes not only the goal of the meeting, but the goals of the individuals in the meeting. And when you do that, that usually enables them to engage in their work more effectively outside of the meeting. And so one of the studies that I did was with a bunch of managers in a large organization, and we looked at their across their employees to understand what are the different things that the leader, the manager, could do to improve their meetings. And we looked at a lot of different things, and one of the biggest things that came out was making sure the meetings are relevant to the people who attend the meetings. And that really centered on this idea of purposeful, defined goal, and ground rules around the meeting that allow people to engage.